असुराणां सुदादानं सर्वापाणम् इव दुर्नयं मत्वा जातिर्निशंसानां न त्वां व्यभजत् अच्युतः. Demons are by nature crooked like snakes. Therefore, to distribute a share of the nectar to them was not at all feasible, since it would be as dangerous as supplying milk to a snake. Considering this, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who never falls down, did not deliver a share of nectar to the demons. Okay. It is said, Sarpa Krura Khala Krura, Sarpat Krura Taraha Khala. The snake is very crooked, like the snake is very crooked and envious, and so also is a person like a demon. Mantro Sadhi Vasha Sarpa Khala Kene Nivarya. One can bring a snake under control with mantras, herbs, and drugs, but an envious and crooked person cannot be brought under control by any means. Okay, so we should be very alert. Considering this logic, the Supreme Personality of Godhead thought it unwise to distribute nectar to the demons. Already they are demons, already creating so much things, and if they get nectar, that's it. So anyway, Krishna is the supreme maintainer, he has to maintain the things. कल्पित्वा पृथक् पङ्क्तिरुपयेषां जगत्पतिः तांशोपवेशयामास स्वेषु स्वेषु च पङ्क्तिषु. Kalpitva, after arranging पृथक् पङ्क्तिः, different seats, Ubhayesham, of both the demigods and the demons, Jagatpati, the master of the universe, all of them cha, and Upaveshayam asa, seated Sveshu Sveshu in their own places, cha, also Panktishu, all in order. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, as Mohini Murti, the master of the universe, arranged separate lines of sitting places and seated the demigods and demons according to their positions. Daityan Grahit Kalso Vanchanya Upasancharai Durasthan Payayamas Jara Mrityum Haram Sutam. Daityan, the demons, greet the Kalasha, the Lord, for the container of nectar, Vanchan, by cheating. Upasancharai, with the sweet words, Durasthan, the demigods who were sitting at a distant place. Payayam asa made them drink Jara Mrityu Haram, which can counteract invalidity, old age, and death. Sudam, such. Taking the container of nectar in her hand, she first approached the demons, satisfied them with. Taking the container of nectar in her hands, she first approached the demons, satisfied them with sweet words, thus cheated them with their share of the nectar. Then she administered the nectar to the demigods, who were sitting at a distant place, to make them free from invalidity, old age, and death. Mohini Murti, the personality of Godhead, gave the demigods seats at a distance. Then she approached the demons and spoke with them very graciously, so that they thought themselves very fortunate with her. Since Mohini Murti had seated the demigods at a distant place, the demons thought that the demigods would get only little of the nectar, and the Mohini Murti was so pleased with the demons that she would give the demons all the nectar. The word Vanchan Upasancharai indicates that the Lord's whole policy was to cheat the demons. Simply by speaking sweet words, the Lord's intention was to distribute the nectar only to the demons. Okay. Te palayanta samayam sura swakritam nirva tushnim asan kritasneha istri vivad jugupsaya. They, the demons, palayanta, keeping in order, samayam, Asura, the demons, swakritam, made by them, nirva, tushnim asan, remained silent Krita Sneha because of having developed attachment to Mohini Murti, Sri Vivada, disagreeing with the women, Jugupsaya, because of taking such an action as dominable. Because these demons were extremely enchanted by Mohini Murti's beauty, they were thinking like anyway she's on our side, she likes us. So she will give everything to us. Okay. So and it is mentioned here that they thought we are now drinking nectar with our ears, eyes, and mind. The nectar from the milk ocean cannot be more than this. Okay, what is the use of this other nectar? We simply desire to please her. Because she is talking to us, we are seeing her beauty, and so our eyes, our ears, our mind, everything is getting nectar. What this nectar will do? No, this nectar of her beauty itself is the main thing for us. Like that they were thinking. Okay. Further, Shukdev Goswami is saying, O king, since the demons had promised to accept what, because this was the promise that whatever the women did, whether just or unjust, now to keep this promise, to show their equilibrium and to save themselves from fighting with the women, they remained silent. They thought, okay, we cannot fight such a great woman, very beautiful. How they were having a fear also. If we fight with her, she may get angry. She may not talk sweetly with us. Sometimes people get this kind of problem because some people will talk sweetly and she will cheat, but they think, how can we say fight with a girl and she's a girl? Like that, they get cheated. Okay, so the demons were so captivated by Mohini who said the demigods are miserly. What Mohini said to the demons that the demigods are miserly and excessively anxious to take the nectar first. These people are very greedy, very miser. Let me finish first their job. Na? I'll give little. Anyway, they also did some job, na? They should get little and then whole thing I will give you nicely. First I'll feed them little and they will run away. Then I'm here with fully and I'll serve you nicely. Demons are this is nice. Demons are this is nice idea. Na? So let them have it first. But since you are not like them, you can wait a little longer. You are all heroes. So please, you are all heroes. These people are zeros. So let me feed them first. Little. And you people can wait now. You are anyway. You are not like them. Like that she spoke. So all the demons were bewildered by Mohini Murthy, except one fellow. Okay. Rahu understood the intention. So, okay, text 23. तस्यां कृतादि प्रणयापाय कातरा बहुमानेन चाबद्धा नोचु किंचन विपर्यम तस्यां मोहिभूति कृतति pranaya because of staunch friendship pranay apaya katra be afraid that their friendship with her would be broken Bahumanina by great respect and honor cha also avadadha being too attached to her na not uchu they said kinchan even the slightest thing Vipariyam by which Mohini Murthy might be displeased with them. The demons had developed affection for Mohini Murthy and a kind of faith in her, and they were afraid of disturbing their relationship. Therefore, they showed respect and honor to her words and did not say anything that might disturb their friendship with her. Even though she is cheating, but sometimes we will, because we don't want to disturb our friendship with her, so let's not say anything. Okay, and that's what the idea here of demons. The demons were so captivated by the tricks and friendly words of Murti that although the demigods were served first, the demons were pacified merely by words. Okay. The Lord said to the demons, the demigods are very miserly and are excessively anxious to take the nectar first. So let them have it first. Since you are not like them, you can wait a little longer. You all are heroes and are so pleased with me. It is better for you to wait until after the demigods bring. Okay. Now, okay, we have so much time. देवलिंग प्रतिच्छन्ना स्वर स्वर भानुर्देव संसदि प्रविष्टा सुमुं पिबच्चन्द्रार्कभ्यां च सूचितः. So 24 to 27 Rahu episode is there. Devalinga Pratichanna covering himself with the dress of a demigod. Swarabhanu, Rahu, who attacks and eclipses the sun and moon. Deva Samsadi, in the group of the demigods, Pravishtaha, having entered Somam, the nectar, Abhipad, drank Chandra Arkabhyam by both the moon and the sun. Cha and Suchita was pointed out. Rahu, the demon, who causes eclipse of the sun and moon, covered himself with the dress of a demigod and thus entered the assembly of the demigods and drank nectar without detected by anyone, even by the Supreme Personality of God. The moon and the sun, however, because of permanent animosity toward Rahu, understood the situation, thus Rahu was detected. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Mohini Murti was able to bewilder all the things. But Rahu was so clever that he was not bewildered. Rahu could understand that Mohini Murti was cheating the demons. And therefore he changed his dress, disguised himself as a demigod, and sat down in the assembly of the demons. Here one may ask why the Supreme Personality could not detect Ram. The reason is that the Lord wanted to show the effects of drinking nectar. Okay, otherwise, how people will believe that it was actually nectar? This will be revealed in the following verses. The moon and sun, however, were always alert in regard to Rahu. Thus, when Rahu entered the assembly of the demigods, the moon and sun immediately detected him. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead also became aware of चक्रेण चुरधारेण जहार विकाशिरा हरिस्तस्य कबंधस्तु सुदयाप्लावितोपत चक्रेण by this चुरधारेण which was sharp like blade of jahara cut off with the white shirada had hari the tasya of the cow kabandha to by the headless body sudaya by the nectar aplavita without being touched apatat immediately fell dead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, using his disc, which was sharp like a blade, at once cut off Rahu's head. When Rahu's head was severed from his body, the body being untouched by the nectar could not survive. When the Personality of Godhead Mohini Murti severed Rahu's head from his body, his head remained alive although the body died. Rahu had been drinking nectar through his mouth. Before the nectar entered his body, his head was cut off. Such a fast process. It drank, it came till here, and it was cut from him. Okay, very fast. So the Rahu's head remained alive whereas the body died. This wonderful act performed by the Lord was meant to show that nectar is miraculous. Sirastvam maratam nitam jo graham chikla pata. Sirastvam maratam nitam ajo graham chikla pata. Yastu paramani tantrar kava vidavati vairadi. Shirada had to oppose Amritam, immortality, Neetam, having obtained Ajna Lord Brahma, Graham, and Achikulpat. Recognize Yaha the same Rahu who indeed Parvani during the period of the full moon and dark Chandra, the moon and the sun, Abhidhavati Chedit Vairadi, because of animosity. Translation. Rahu's head, however, having been touched by the nectar, became immortal. Thus, Lord Brahma accepted Rahu's head as one of the planets. Since Rahu is an eternal enemy of the moon and the sun, he always tries to attack them on the nights of the full moon and the dark moon. Okay. Since Rahu had become immortal, Lord Brahma accepted him as one of the grahas or planets like the moon and the sun. Rahu, however, being an eternal enemy of the moon and sun, attacks them periodically during the nights of the full moon and dark. This one eclipses. Pitapraye amrite devair bhagavan loka bhavana pashyatam surendranaam from rupam degrahe hari. Pitapraye, when almost finished amrite, the nectar devai by the name of Bhagavan, the sun divided as Murti loka bhavana, the maintainer and well-wisher of the three worlds, Pashyatam, in the presence of Asurindrana, of the demons, their chief, Om Rupam, the grey the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best friend and well-wisher of the three worlds. Thus, when the demigods had almost finished drinking the nectar, the Lord, in the presence of all the demons, disclosed his original form. Okay. So the Supreme Lord apparently now he came in his own form. The Lord in the presence of all the demigods disclosed the original form. When? when the demigods had almost finished drinking the nectar. Evam Sura Suragana. Okay, 28, 29. Okay, last two verses of this chapter. Evam Surasurgana Samad Evam Surasurgana Samdesha Kala Hetvarth Karmamatayo Vifale Vikalpa Tatramatam Surgana Palamanjasapur Yatpad Pankajar Shrena Nidhetya. Last two verses will speak about the glories of Lord, of taking shelter of the Lord. Evam the Asura, the demigod, Asura Gana, and the demons Sama equal Desha, place, Kala, time, Hetu, cause, Artha, objective, Karma, activities, Matya, ambition, Api, although one, Pale, in the result, Vikalpa, not equal, Tatra, thereupon, Pratham, nectar, Suragana, the nectar, Phalam, the result, Anjasa, easily, totally, or directly, Apu, achieved, yet, for the father, Pankaj, of the ruler, speed of the personality of Godhead, Raja, the saffron dust, Shreyar Nath, because of receiving the intention or taking shelter, Nath, not the idea, the demon. The place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all the same for both the demigods and the demons. The place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all the same for both the demigods and the demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demons another. Because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the Lord's lotus feet, they could very easily drink the nectar and get its result. The demons, however, not having sought shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired. Very important. One may have the same place, time, cause, purpose, activity, and ambition, same effort, everything is doing, but result will be completely different between the person who has taken shelter of the Krishna and one who has not taken shelter of the Krishna. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita 4:11, it is said, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam satyav bhajami. The Supreme Personality of God is the Supreme Judge who rewards or punishes different persons according to their surrender unto his purpose. Therefore, it can actually be seen that although Karmis and Bhaktas work in the same place, at the same time, the same energy, and with the same Karmis and Bhaktas may work in the same place at the same time with the same energy and with the same ambition. They achieve different results. The Karmis transmigrate to different bodies in the cycle of birth, sometimes going upward and sometimes down, thus suffering the results of their actions. The Karma Chakra, the cycle of birth and death. The devotees, however, because of these surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord, are never baffled in their attempts. Although externally they work almost like the karmis, the devotees come back to God and achieve success in every effort. So it may look that they are working same way, but actually they are Bhakta is doing for Krishna's pleasure. Demigods did for the satisfaction of Krishna, demons did for satisfaction of their senses. So it is a different. But looks like both are doing same thing. But karmis they get into birth and death cycle, and bhaktas goes to back to goddess. Okay, so the demons or atheists have faith in their own endeavors, but although they work very hard day and night, they cannot get any more than their destiny. The devotees, however, can surpass the reactions of karma. Devotees can surpass the reactions of karma and achieve wonderful results even without it. It is also said, Palena Parichayate. One success or defeat in any activity is understood by its result. There are many karmis in the dress of devotees. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead can detect their purpose. Okay, there are karmis in the form of in the dress of devotees, but Krishna will detect them. Nobody can cheat Krishna. The karmis want to use the property of the Lord for their self gratification, but a devotee endeavors to use the Lord's property for God's service. Everything is the property of Krishna. Karmis want that Krishna's property to use in their self gratification, and devotees want the property of Krishna to use in the service of Krishna. Therefore, devotees are always distinct from the karmis. Although the karmis may dress like devotees, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Yagyarthat Karmanu Anyat Rupa Karma. One who works for Lord Vishnu is free from this material world, and after giving up his body, he goes back to Godhead. A karmi, however, although externally working like a devotee, is entangled in his non-devotional activity and thus suffers the tribulations of his existence. He will suffer. Okay, thus from the results achieved by the karmis and devotees, one can understand the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who acts differently for the karmis and jnanis than for the devotees. That's why it is called Phalena Parichayate. What the result you got, that will show everything. The karmis will get result as their birth and death cycle will get increased, and devotees get result as Guru, back to Godhead. So that result only shows that they were doing actually different things. But from the external point of view, it was looking that both are doing same. No, the result shows that they were doing different. Okay, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says Krishna Bhakta was very, very, very important. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Atyavashant Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami Sakali Ashan. The karmis who desire Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami Sakali Asan. They are not peaceful. Who Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami. You want Bhukti, you want Mukti, you want Siddhi. It will be explained. But Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Atyavsan. Krishna Bhakta is Nishkam, means no desire. Only desire is to serve Krishna, to please Krishna. Atyavsan, that's why he's peaceful. Okay, so the karmis who desire sense gratification, bhukti. Karmis desire sense gratification, that is bhukti. Jnanis who aspire for the liberation of merging into the existence of the Supreme, Jnanis, that is mukti. And the yogis who seek material success in mystic power, that is siddhi. So karmis they want sense gratification, Gyanis they want mukti, and yogis want siddhis. So because they want something, so they are not peaceful, ashanta, and ultimately they are baffled. But the devotees who does not expect any personal benefit and whose only ambition is to spread the glories of the Supreme Personality of God, it is blessed with all auspicious results of Bhakti Yoga without hard labor. He don't mind, he just want to please Krishna, Atev Shanti, is peaceful. Okay, so he is blessed with the auspicious results of Bhakti Yoga. What is that? Going back home, back to God. Text 29. Yat yujjate asubhasu कर्म मनोवचोभिर देहात्मजादिषु निर्विस तद सद पृथक्त्वात् तैरेव सद भवति यत् क्रियते पृथक्त्वात् सर्वस्य तद् भवति मूलविशेषणं यत् whatever yujyate is performed asu for the protection of one's life, asu protection of wealth, karma, activities by the acts of mind, Pachovi by the acts of word, they are Dishu for the sake of one's body or family, etc. The body. Nirvi by the human being that asset permanent transient because of separation from Supreme Personality of Godhead. They by the same Eva indeed Sat Bhavati becomes actual and permanent, yet which creates is performed apratyaktva because of non-separation, sarvasya parati tat bhavati beneficial Mulanishanam, exactly like pouring water on the roof of a tree. Yet in human society there are various activities performed. So first shloka is and 28 there it is shows the result of the one who surrenders to Krishna. Okay, so you get different results. They may have all the activities same, everything same, but the result will be different because one is surrendered to Krishna, one is not surrendered to Krishna. Okay? Now second is sloka, 29. So in human society, there are various activities performed for the protection of one's wealth and life by one's words, one's mind and one's action. By mansa vacha karna and activities to protect their wealth and life. But they are all performed for one's personal or extended sense gratification with reference to the body. What is this called extended sense gratification? Sense gratification by own sense and extended sense gratification means the senses connected to my senses, like wife, children, and all this is the extended sense gratification. All these activities are baffled because of being separate from devotional service. Because it is not connected to Krishna, it is not Krishna's service, so the activities will be, they will not be they will get disturbed, they will get frustration. But when the same activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Lord, the beneficial results are distributed to everyone, just as water poured on the root of a tree is distributed throughout the entire tree. This is the distinction between materialistic activities and activities performed in Krishna consciousness. The entire world is active, and this includes the karmis, the jnanis, the yogis, and the bhaktas. However, all activities except those of the bhaktas, all activities except those of the bhaktas, the devotees, end in defilement and a waste of time. Only the activities of devotees are going to give them nice result, which is back to God. Others activities will bring them frustration. Moksha mo karmanu mo jnana vichetasaha. If one is not a devotee, his hopes, his activities, and his knowledge are all baffled. Some may be given a waste of time. A non-devotee works for his personal sense gratification or for the sense gratification of his family, society, community, or nation, extended sense gratification. But because all such activities are separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are considered asat. Because nothing to do with Krishna, so they are asat. The word asat means bad or temporary, and sat means permanent and good. Activities performed for the satisfaction of Krishna are permanent and good. But asat activity, although sometimes celebrated as asat activity, is the activities which are not related to Krishna. Be clear. So asat activity, although sometimes celebrated as philanthropy, altruism, nationalism, this ism or that ism, whatever ism it is, but it is not connected to Krishna, then it will never produce any permanent result and is therefore all bad asat. Because it is not, you cannot say, oh, I am doing it for this charity that day, but it is not connected to Krishna, na? Asat. It's very easy to understand. Even a little work done in Krishna consciousness is permanent asat and is all good because it is done for Krishna, the good, all good Supreme Personality of Godhead who is everyone's friend. But if what is mentioned is the big activity, but it's not connected to Krishna, it is all asat, bad. But if you did a little service to Krishna, connected to Krishna, that thing will bring you permanent result. Okay, like you are giving charity to many organizations, take, and in between, when devotees also came, devotees organization, you gave some money to them also, very little. So this little donation given to this devotee will, it will cause you pure devotion also. But so much you gave to the non-devotional thing and other charity, that's the only karma you are generating. No other. This asat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only enjoyer and the proprietor of everything. Therefore, any activity performed for the Supreme Lord is permanent. As a result of such activity, the performer is immediately recognized. Nacha tasman manushyeshu kashin kritamah. Such a devotee, even little he did, but he is recognized by Krishna. Such a devotee, because of full knowledge of the Supreme Personality of God, it is immediately transcendental, although he may superficially appear to be engaged in mistake. He may superficially look that, oh, he is going to work, job, university, doing this, that. Externally, internally, he is already liberated. Okay, he is transcendental. The only distinction between materialistic activity and spiritual activity is meant. What is the difference? Simply now you understand. Prabhupada is very clearly explaining. The only distinction between materialistic activity and spiritual activity is that material activity is performed only to satisfy one's own senses, whereas spiritual activity is meant to satisfy the transcendental sense of the Supreme Personality of God. This is the only distinction. So one is doing puja, arati in temple. Why? Because he may get some salary from the temple so that his gratification will go on. He's doing just a job. It's not bhakti. But if one is going in office and working there and thinking completely about Krishna and bringing that money and engaging in the service of Krishna and cooking bhoga in home, having deity altar of Krishna and offering bhoga to Krishna making children bhakta, giving them bhakti, teaching them Bhagavad Gita. That is bhakti. That is devotional activity. So it's not the activity; it's the purpose of the activity which will distinguish. Okay. The purpose is that whether it is done for satisfying own senses or it is done for satisfying Krishna's senses. Okay. So by spiritual activity, everyone actually benefits. Whereas by materialistic activity, no one benefits and consequently entangled in the laws of karma. So when you do material activity, even you are not benefit, you are entangled in karma. But if you do spiritual activity, you are benefit, your family benefit, your nation is benefited, your community, your everything is benefited. Okay. You see, just Prahlad Maharaj did bhakti, and Lord said, your 7th generation I will not touch on. I will not disturb them, and they all will be liberated. Okay, that's why he did not kill Bali Maharaj, he did not kill the other Asura, Bana Asura. So thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 8th, 10th, or 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Lord Incarnates as Mohini. So the battle between the demigods and the demons. Okay, so one Mohini Murti you heard now. Now there will be a big fight because they didn't get the nectar. Okay, and go. Okay, so because they did not get the nectar, there is definitely going to be a fight now. Big fight on the bank of the ocean only. Very nicely. Okay, and after that, second Mohini Murti discussion. Okay, thank you so much, Shilpapad Kijay, Granthashram Bhagavatam Kijay. I thank all of you for your continuous time and alertness, your attention. Thank you so much. If there is any question or comment, you can just tell me. Thank you. Okay. You can unmute and speak if you are trying to say. Okay, otherwise, thank you so much. I hope you would have liked the wonderful story of Supreme Personality of Godhead movie. Okay, Hare Krishna. Now fight is going to start. That also will be there. Krishna's first and also nectarian, so sweet. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity to share this. Hare Krishna.